All right, guys. I've never felt the need to do this before. I've done reaction videos. I've done prediction videos. I've never felt the need to really do a reaction video after a major PLE like Elimination Chamber. But holy shit. The amount of insanity that happened last night was wild, and we need to dive into it. Um, I've had I've had a night to think about what happened. I slept on it like you should before giving your instant reactions. I feel like, just allow yourself time to process. But my mind is still going, holy crap. I'm going to go over all the matches, but let's get the elephant out of the room right now. John Cena going heel and aligning himself with The Rock, the final boss. The Rock took a soul last night, but it was not Cody's. It was John's. And all indications show that this has been planned for months right under our noses. The Rock never really expected Cody to sell his soul. He knows what kind of man Cody is. The Rock had this planned out. And it boggles my mind, the breadcrumbs that were left for all of us that none of us really picked up on. Myself included. I didn't think that during John Cena's last year, his retirement tour, that he would actually pull the trigger and go full heel. This is supposed to be a feel-good year. This is supposed to be our farewell to John. Never in my wildest imagination did I think that WWE would do this, that John Cena would do this. And you know what? My feelings for it, I felt this way back in 96 when I was 13 years old. I felt this pain, this hit to my heart at Bash at the Beach. And I felt it a little bit again when McMahon and Stone Cold decided to join up. And then a little bit when Seth Rollins turned his back on the Shield and joined the Authority. But I haven't felt this passionately about a heel turn since Hogan and Bash at the Beach. And you know what? I was left speechless when it happened last night. And I'm still trying to come up with the words to articulate exactly how I feel about this. And I finally realized Cody Rhodes already said it. He said it best. Fuck you, John Cena. Because you turned your back on the fans that have supported you since you said ruthless aggression. You turned your back on all the Make-A-Wish kids, all the kids that, you told hustle, respect, loyalty. Obviously, those words mean jack shit to you now. Now it's only about getting that 17th title, right, John? That's all that matters, not the legacy you're leaving behind. Fuck you. Fuck your legacy at this point, man. You didn't need The Rock. You could have gone one-on-one with Cody, had a fantastic match at Mania, and you could have won. John Cena must know that he couldn't beat Cody straight up. That's the only reason that he would do this. John Cena must have hoped he could have won at the Rumble, because then he could have beat Gunther and taken the easy path to 17. But now that he knew that he had to win the Chamber and then take on Cody Rhodes, he must not have believed in his heart of hearts, deep down in his soul, he must have believed that he could not beat Cody Rhodes straight up. So John Cena, fuck you. And just like when Hogan turned his back on the Hulkamaniacs and formed the NWO, Fuck your hustle, respect, loyalty. We have that. We had that for you. And you turned your back on us. I hope Cody destroys you at Mania. I hope that. There is a part of me that knows, though, with someone on the board of TKO like The Rock in your corner, you are going to find a way to screw over Cody Rhodes, aren't you? There's going to be some kind of bullshit stipulation in that match that's going to give you the edge, right, John? I hope Cody Rhodes finds a way to beat you at WrestleMania and sticks it to not only you, but The Rock. That being said, let's go on to the other matches. Holy shit. Last night was insane. All right, starting with the women's Elimination Chamber match, we should have known we were going to be in for a wild ride when it started with Naomi versus Liv squaring off. They're the first two to fight. They haven't quite closed the cage door yet, and Jade Cargill's music played. I had a feeling, if you watched my prediction video, that we were going to see Jade and we're going to have some kind of resolution to this. But at the beginning of the damn match, I thought it was going to be something that distracted them after the cage doors were closed. But for Jade to come down before they even had a chance to close the doors, come in and just beat the holy hell out of Naomi to the point that she could not compete anymore, slamming that big ass metal cage door on her head and having EMTs wheel Naomi out and just having Jade Cargill just turn her back and just walk away. I mean, we're setting up for something fantastic at Mania between Naomi and Jade Cargill, and I cannot wait for it. The rest of the match was fantastic. Great spots by Roxanne, Bayley. There was one point when Bianca is using Liv as a pendulum and just slamming her into the cage and the pod doors. It was brutality in that match. At the end of it, I had hoped that we would have had Alexa be the winner of Elimination Chamber, but of course Liv had to screw that up by using Bianca's hair braid as leverage in a roll up and eliminating Alexa Bliss. And, you know, my soul kind of took a hit on that one because I love Alexa, but having Bianca end up be victorious from a narrative standpoint just makes so much sense now. And I don't think that we are done with Jade Cargill and Bianca. At Mania, there may be something in play there, and Bianca's going to have to watch her back, because now the real question is, did Bianca know what Naomi did to Jade? Was it planned? Was there a conspiracy to take Jade out? That's going to be the question now, was how much did Bianca know? Because her reaction, you could take it a couple of ways when Jade showed up. I mean, she was obviously, you know, mortified that she was stuck in a pod while Naomi was just getting her ass kicked. And she was obviously very distracted during the match. She almost tried to leave it as soon as her pod opened. She tried to get out of the cage. So we'll see exactly what transpires from this. It would be crazy to think that Bianca also had something to do with Jade getting taken out for multiple months. Okay, and then we had the tag match, Stratton and Stratus versus Candice LeRae, Nia Jax. It was a fine match, but let's be honest, this match was a opportunity for everyone to get up, stretch their legs, go to a concession stand, take a piss. That's what this match was. No one outside, you know, the people who really, really wanted to see Trish Stratus back in action, no one really cared. There was no real hype behind this match. The hometown girls won it. That's all I can really say. I predicted it. It was a fine match, good spots, but ultimately nothing very exciting. Okay, and now we get into one of the most brutal matches I think I have seen since the Attitude Era, and that was the unsanctioned match between KO and Sami Zayn. This match had so many callbacks to that Attitude Era-esque matches between like Terry Funk and Mick Foley. Like, and I was joking about it on my stream that, hey, this is a match that we would just see on a random Raw if Terry Funk was on the roster or Mick Foley was on the roster. This was every week viewing for a while. It was so much fun, you guys. It got a little uncomfortable, I'll admit, towards the end when Sammy just could not defend himself anymore, and KO is just sitting there and just power bombing him into the side of the ring, and you started to really feel for Sammy. Absolute brutal spots. The craziest thing to me that I saw was the barbed wire chair. And yes, I know it wasn't real barbed wire, but in the moment, you let yourself just believe. And the barbed wire chair just was awesome to see. Fantastic callback to some classic matches, most of them with Cactus Jack. And my only critique of it was, you know, after the first hit on the back of KO, if you couldn't tell it was fake, but just by looking at the barbed wire, you could tell that it wasn't sticking to KO's shirt. It wasn't causing any scarring. When KO did the face plant into the barbed wire chair, there was no real scarring. KO did a great job selling it, like, you know, that all of a sudden we were just going to see a crimson mask on him. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. But it was a really fun weapon and something that I really hope they put in 2K25 or 2K26. And then after KO has already won, he's pulling up the padding on the outside of the ring and he's looking to just end Sami Zayn's career. We get what we had been hoping for. We start to hear those voices. Randy Orton's music hits and he comes out there doing the little, oh, I remember how this feels. You know, you did something to my neck as he enters and just racing down, hits the RKO on KO. And then all of a sudden security actually gets involved because all of a sudden they can stop Randy Orton, but they couldn't stop KO, you know, of course. But Randy versus KO, WrestleMania, book it now because it's going to happen and we're going to love it. And then we have the men's elimination chamber, and nothing crazy really happened at the beginning. In fact, I really don't think this match started to really cook until right around Damian Priest hit one of the craziest moves that I think I've seen him hit. A top rope Hurricane Rana onto the outside. Like, Damian Priest hitting a Hurricane Rana? What? I was in shock. And then Drew McIntyre gets rolled up by Damian Priest for a 1-2-3. In the most Drew McIntyre way, he's eliminated. Like, the man only gets pinned or eliminated by a roll-up. I don't understand why it continues to happen. He loses focus, and he gets surprised, and, like, that's how he loses. I don't get it. He could beat Sami Zayn normally, but, man, anyone else, just roll up Drew McIntyre, and apparently you win. The rest of the match had some great spots. Logan Paul had a frog splash off the pod. We had just some great interactions between CM Punk, Logan Paul, and then Seth Rollins getting involved between John Cena and CM Punk. CM Punk and John Cena were squaring off, had a handshake. I think we had a history-making hug in the middle of the Elimination Chamber. And then Seth comes in and is like, no, CM Punk is mine, you know, and gets in John's face about it. Eventually getting to the point where John Cena and CM Punk team up to eliminate Seth Rollins. John Cena and CM Punk, and they're going at it. They're reversing each other's moves. And if you notice, and my chat noticed it during the live, they didn't close the cage. And I was thinking maybe Roman Reigns was going to come in. But what I didn't realize was that Seth hadn't left. And as soon as CM Punk is on the ropes after surviving one of John Cena's moves, he gets a stomp on the outside. And John Cena takes advantage. And we're going, whoa, this is not what John Cena does. In fact, when he puts the STF onto CM Punk, you could actually hear him say, I'm sorry. And CM Punk never taps out. He gets choked out. He goes to sleep, ref has to call it, and John Cena is your winner. And we're all scratching our heads going, man, John Cena really is desperate for that 17th title, isn't he? Unbeknownst to us, just how desperate he is to make that history. And, obviously, if you guys watched the beginning of the video, you know how I feel about that. But, I mean, what an Elimination Chamber match. All the matches, with the exception of the tag match, cooked. And hats off to Triple H and everyone else who helped put this PLE together, because it was fantastic, to the point where I had to make this reaction video just to go over it. So hopefully you enjoyed my reactions. I went 3 for 5 on my predictions. I thought Alexa was going to win, and I thought maybe Cody would have taken The Rock's offer. The other 3 I ended up getting right. So if you want, you can watch the prediction video just to see what I predicted. But yeah, I went 3 for 5. So not bad. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my reactions to this. And I will see you guys on the next PLE. I do my reactions live over on Twitch. Make sure you're also subscribed to this YouTube. And I also do live reactions on TikTok and post my my short clips there as well. All right, guys, until next time, peace out. Take care. Bye.